Globetrotter's Guide is actually a travel book that teaches anybody who's going traveling for the first time or anyone who's traveled before the skills that are really needed to actually travel wisely.
A lot of things in the book, The Globetrotter's Guide, deal directly with things that people will encounter on a day-to-day basis. Things like how to stay healthy, how to save money, shopping, women traveling alone, things like acquiring visas and deciding where you want to go, and general things like how to pack your bag and getting the most out of your trip for the least amount of hassle and expense.
I think that eventually everybody does learn a lot of this information on the road, but it's years and years of travel experience that has been put into this book, so it is very valuable information for anybody to read.
The information gained from the book, it mostly saves people from the school of hard knocks. Now, by writing the book, we didn't want to rob people of the opportunity to make their mistakes, because that's where we learn our lessons and that's where we grow from making our own mistakes. The biggest concerns that people might have to worry about when traveling is pretty well having to keep themselves healthy and, like I said before, getting the most out of their trip. Everything else is basically details.
In Morocco, I couldn't become comfortable with the whistling, catcalls, and hissing by men trying to get my attention. Every time I passed a cafe, the whole routine started again. For once, I was going to try and change the outcome of the situation. One day in frustration, I turned quickly and sat down beside a group of catcallers. I asked if they wanted to talk to me or ask me something. They were so shocked at the confrontation, they didn't say a word. I firmly explained that if they wanted to talk to a foreign woman, a polite introduction would work better. They started to shuffle their feet and cowered in embarrassment. I said my goodbyes and left. I don't know if my actions made any long-term difference in their lives, but it sure felt good to say it was on my mind.
Traveling in a lot of these countries, you're exposed to different situations that you'd never be exposed to at home. And by dealing with these situations, whether they be good or bad, again, it's part of the experience. It's part of the growth. It's not something that you do sitting on a beach. You become an active member in the travel routine, not just an observer.
There's a huge demand for this type of information because there are more people traveling. More and more people are traveling than ever before. And with this kind of information, or these amount of people traveling, there is an absolute demand for this type of information, and it's never really been out there before.
It's like stepping back. The price of a 14-hour plane ticket can send you back, 1,500 years into the past. And to me, that's exciting. It's romantic. It's like being in a movie.